This video will cover the normal day-to-day operation of the ADX. There are two things that you need to set. The first is the band of operation, and the second is the mode that you're going to be using. The ADX stores the 7 bands and the modes of operation within the firmware that's been loaded into the Arduino Nano. When you power up the device, it reverts to the last settings that you actually used. So the settings for the bands are 40, 20, 15 and 10 meters, bands 1 through 4. They're the most commonly used bands. And then 80, 30 and 17 meters are available in band selections 5, 6 and 7. The 4 LEDs display also the mode of operation, whether it's Whisper, JS8, FT4 or FT8. Now when you first power up the ADX, the indicators here, the LEDs will flash to indicate which band selection has been made, and then will revert to a single illuminated LED showing you which mode of operation. So let me just power up the ADX. There you can see that the LED flashed 3 times in this instance on power up. That was indicating that it was the 40 meter band, and has now reverted back to the single illuminated LED here next to FT8, indicating that this ADX is currently set or configured to operate on 40 meters. Now you need to make sure you've got your LPF installed here for the relevant band that you wish to operate. So in order to change the mode, whether we want to use Whisper, JS8, FT4 or FT8, you simply press the buttons during normal operation mode, left or right, and it will just continue to rotate through the modes of operation. So now, for example, if I wanted to operate under Whisper as a Whisper beacon or and receiver, I would just change Whisper, and that is all you need to do. There's no further setting changes. That will remain as a Whisper and transmit as a Whisper radio until you change it to one of the other modes. Now, in order to change the band that you want to operate on, you need to press both of these buttons together. And as you see, as you press them there, the transmit light illuminates. There's actually no power going out. This illuminating permanently here is indicating that you're actually in band configuration mode. And now I can change using the same technique before. In this case, the LEDs indicating, the single LEDs are indicating on the bottom row. And when we go to the double LEDs, we'll jump up to the top line here. So 40 meters, 20 meters, 15, 10, continue going, 80, 30, 17, oops, double bounce there on the button. As you can see, you can go both ways, left and right, as you work your way into those bands. So if I wanted to, for example, as I've just done here, operate on 17 meters, I would need to put the 17 meter low pass filter in, and to store that, I just simply press the button, the transmit button briefly. The bands flash 3 times, and then it reverts back to displaying the mode of operation. So now that's currently configured to operate on 17 meters as a Whisper transceiver. Fairly simple, straightforward. The only other thing perhaps to point out at this stage is if you want to press transmit, if you press the transmit button here with an LPF in, you will actually transmit a carrier on that particular frequency, so you can use that to test the power output or make sure that you are getting power out on the band that you've chosen.